It was kind of primed to go into the season off the back of last season. It's full of sort of like fresh hope and ambition. I mean, 9 new signings in the summer. Obviously, you mentioned there Hayley Raso, you had Spain internationals join in. But it felt like there was still enough about Spurs that they shouldn't be finishing anywhere near the bottom. To go from 6th to 2nd from bottom is absolutely catastrophic.
I know finishing 11th is pretty catastrophic, but there was 5 points between 6th and 11th, and it was very congested in that lower half of the table. I do think, you know, there was a lot that had to be done behind the scenes in terms of training facilities and all of that kind of stuff. That was, yes, they've got access to the Spurs training ground, of course, but there were other areas off the pitch that needed addressing that Robert has spoken about working on. So those things take time. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's generally where clubs are going to go if things aren't going well. And if there's maybe unhappiness potentially in the camp. You know, we didn't see very many messages from players, which I thought was quite telling. But it was definitely a manager purge week for Spurs.
Would you have given him more time? Just because he had a dud season, and it was a bad season.
You know, I would have, but I also think the club needs to back him with financially to get in players to replace those big losses. I think it's very easy to be on board with building a philosophy and placing trust in young players when it's going well. And, you know, I guess it's how far does that trust go when things aren't going so well, and how much will you back a manager when things aren't going so well?